I'm a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 40.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes the heat. Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander, first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns it corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
This does put a smile on my face.
Pickem for it. Fires to the end zone. Will not be denied.
Boy, it has been a while. I think I done forgot how to run this show. Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? I'm going to do something a little special tonight that I've been kind of thinking about for quite a while, and I think you guys might find this kind of interesting. But before we get started tonight, I want to say hello and roll tide to Mr. Jones. How are you doing, buddy? Nicholas Harden, how are you? Miss Latoya, you love, she's a little sweetie. How are you doing, roll tide? Let's see here. Who else is on here right now? Roll Tide, rise up. Good morning or good evening, sir. Like I said, I am just out of whack here lately. So, anyways, guys, if you want to come on the show tonight, we're going to talk about what we have now and what things that you are. We're going to talk about coaches, and we're going to talk about players, and we're going to talk about how you guys are feeling about Alabama Crimson Tide. I could go into a long story about where I come from. I was born and raised Alabama, been an Alabama fan all my life. I've seen some of the best defenses and players and offenses that you could ever see at Alabama. And there he is. All right, here you go. Stephen Hicks. I've been waiting on you, brother. Right there it is again. Steven, you want to come on the show? Anybody else for that matter? If you want to come on here, let's talk some football. This is nothing what I call just crazy. It's just kind of a little something we want to do. And if you want to join the program, you come on here and we'll talk some football, some players. But anyways, I want to know one thing is what are you the least or the most disappointed about last year? And I've got something for Rise Up. I really want him to answer a question here in just a little bit. Hey, Linda P., how you doing, sweetie? And I really want to know how he feels about this particular player that's we got coming in. So, you know, we're going to get all around to it. But I felt like, guys, I don't know about you, but knowing the coaches and, you know, we always hear people gripe about this or that coach or he needs to do better. And we're kind of wondering, well, just what part of the team is he coaching? So I thought I'd got to go over the list with you a little bit. And then we're going to get into the players because it has been a major shakeup this year. And it's gotten to the point, you know, with this NIL and the transfer portals, you know, used to back in our days, we knew what players was coming back. We knew what the players could do. We knew that they were developing over time. And now it's kind of like if you don't have a developed player in that particular row, you just pull one out of transfer portal and plug and play. It's not like the way it used to be. So I feel like this is kind of a necessary thing for all of us, if you want to know the truth about it. But we'll start out. Like I said, Stephen Hicks, I'm waiting on you, brother. So come on in here when you can. But I'm going to start off with the coaches. That's always kind of with me. We all know Kalen DeBoer, this is going to be his third year coaching. He hasn't, I can't say he hasn't really stood up to the expectations. I mean, who else would want to follow in behind Nick Saban? I mean, after what, 17, 18 years? Good grief. I wouldn't want to take that job. But anyways, we got one that took the challenge, and I think he's doing fair at it. I mean, no, we're not where we want to be yet. But now, after these 2 years, his players are coming in and coming up, and he's doing what he feels like he needs to do. So everybody knows Kalen DeBoer. There ain't no mystery there. We all know Ryan Grubb. I feel like Ryan Grubb is on what I call, if he doesn't do anything good this year. I mean, you have to look at the Seattle Seahawks and see what they done after he left. It kind of makes you wonder. So is he going to be that college type coaching? And I think you all know what I mean. Nick Saban really wasn't what I call a pro coach, but he was an outstanding number one. And he was just one of the best college coaches you ever want to see. Is Kalen DeBoer that? I mean, not Kalen DeBoer, but Ryan Grubb. Is he that same way? Is he really a outstanding college coach? And I think this year he needs to prove that point to do a little bit better. And I'm going to tell you like this, guys. Somebody asked a question, and it was kind of a joke in a way, but he was serious. He said he was a professional basketball enthusiast, whatever. They asked him, said, well, what's the easiest way to win? He said, well, the easiest way to win is to score more points. And that's how this games, all we play, is measured by. Whoever scores the most points in football, it's also the same way. But how much can you keep the other side from scoring? The defense. But anyways, let's move on. All right, Kane Womack. How satisfied are you with him, guys? How satisfied? Do you think he should have one more year, or are you particularly liking his defense schemes? Are you happy with that? Myself, I'm semi happy about it. I would like to see it a little bit tougher because being raised up the way we were used to tough defenses all year in, year out. Now that football has changed so much, it's not the same. It is not the same. So is this type of defense going to do it for us? Now, he had a hard time last year, guys. Hard time. And what I mean by that, if you can't keep the ball out of the offensive hands with our offense scoring points, moving the ball, what defense has a chance? You're going to wear them out, tire them out, get them hurt, everything else. So, all in all, I'm satisfied with Kane Womack. I'll give him that. All right. Brian Ellis. Does anybody know who Brian Ellis is? I've never heard of him. Didn't even know. But he is the quarterbacks coach this year. So if you feel like the quarterbacks are not being developed as they should, this is the man to look at. Like I said, I don't. It's so interchangeable here lately, guys, with the players, with the coaches. But I think that the board is really trying to build a different team this year, and that's just I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping for the best, but we're going to see. All right, this is what I am really liking. Miss Linda P. I feel Kalen DeBoer is a sleeping giant. He will take us to the promised land, and she truly believes it. I do too. I do too. But does he have everything that he really needs to pursue that? Okay. Now this is what I'm looking for tonight, guys. This is what I'm looking for. I'm good with Womack. I want him to do better with the run. Me too. I do. That to me, and I see what Nick is talking about. How many times I've seen this past year that people were falling forward too much, and all it does is gain an extra. If you're a tall player, man, that's a yard at least, So I want to see him do better on the run, just like Nick does. All right, let's see here. I will give him one more year. The defense did improve last season. I see what he does this season to make my decision. I guess you're talking about Kane Womack. I'm with you. I really, really want to see the defense step it up this year, at least a little bit. And like I said, I'm still giving him a little bit of a pass simply because we could not, them 3-and-outs, guys, that was pitiful last year. That is not Alabama football. I understand you playing a tough defense and every once in a while, but if you can't move the ball 50 yards at least to give your defense a break. You can't expect that much. All right. Oh, well, we're going to get into all this. And guys, like I said, if you want to come on the show, come right on. Linda P, you know, you're warm welcome. Robinson needs to get more creative with running game, not the same predictable run, and use it when it's needed. Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you what, guys, when we get to the players, I really want to see how you feel about this. Yep, the run game is absolutely necessary. All right. Yep, absolutely. I cannot agree or disagree with that. I have been pushing that for all last year, so have y'all. All right, so no, we're already up to Brian Ellis. He is the quarterback's coach, and we are going to get into the quarterback players and see what they're about. But I want to give a run through on our coaches. All right. It aggravates me when I hear such and such coach is messing up, and you don't even know who they are and what they do. Okay. All right. Brian Ellis is your quarterback's coach. Robert Gillespie is your assistant head coach and coach for the running backs. So that way, if you want to see what's going on with the run game, not only does it involve the O-line, but these running backs. So that's the one that answers to the running backs is Robert Gillespie. Jason Jones is your quarterback, or is your coach for the defensive backs. I don't know him. His bio looks good. I'm going to be honest with you there. But we got, now here's one that I'm extremely curious about. And I'm sure you guys are too. Adrian Clem. This one is the one that was used to play or coach in the pros and went to Southern Cal and all that. And he was an analyst last year. We got him this year. He's been an O-line coach for many, many years. I think this was an extremely, extremely great hire. We got somebody that does know how to produce and create an O-line that works. And I'm kind of wondering, has the style of play, has it changed so much that even this gentleman might be not what we need? Okay. I'm hoping he is. He's got a great bio. I'm excited that to see the O-line do better this year. I feel like we cannot get worse. It's just my opinion. So I'm really excited to see what this gentleman can do. Let's put it this way, guys. If you're like me, Alabama is still Alabama. This is my football team, born and raised. I mean, we all claim it, and we all should. But if you don't follow along, sometimes, guys, used to in my days, man, I would look for the Sunday paper. And maturing up as a kid, I would I would read the comic books or the comics, which is always I would read them today if we had a newspaper. But my next favorite was the sports page. And used to have layout, could be 2 pages long. And over here, you'd have Alabama. And over here, you would have Auburn. And I would even check Auburn just to see what the competition looked like. Okay. But it was so much more fun. You could see pictures, read about what talented journalists, including at the time, was Paul Feinbaum. For the Huntsville Times, I can't remember his last name, but I know it was John something. But it was just so much you could get into. And guys, there's not enough reading going around in this football world. I don't even know if you can find Alabama magazines anymore. My son used to buy them every year. But anyways, all right. Let's see, what are you guys saying right now? He's got to get a pass rusher. I wonder if he hadn't got one yet. Nick, just be honest with you. The front seven need to be more smothering. They get him to the ground. All right, let me post that up. Guys, I do appreciate the comments. Y'all are keeping me going. See now, Stephen Hicks hasn't jumped on yet. But anyways, yeah, the front seven needs to be definitely the defense, and we're going to get to the coaches on that too. Grubb needs to stop all the trick plays. I need him to establish a solid run game first, the offense. I know the O-line plays a big part. Hopefully the new O-line coach can get that line straight. And then that's where I'm going with this, with Mr. Clem. I want everybody to pay attention to that. I really am hoping for this coach to do well. Lindquist is the co-defensive coordinator. And he also coaches the defensive backs. All right. So there you go on your defense there. Chuck Morrell coaches the linebackers. So if you hear these names, guys, you know what you kind of understand where I'm going with this. You're kind of getting to know the coaches first and who to blame and who to praise. Very important to know, I think. Derek Nix is going to be your wide receivers coach again. I thought he done okay this year. I didn't see no drop off. I seen a little bit of improvement. But like I said, without that old line guarding out the quarterback, doesn't matter how good you run a route. All right. This is so funny. Silly rabbit tricks for kids. Linda. Like I said, Linda, you're welcome on the show. Rise up, all of y'all. Nicholas, whoever. I'm just talking football tonight. I hope you enjoy it. The tight end coach has experience coaching the O-line, so I'm hoping they get these guys going. All right. We get out of that. All right. Now, special teams coordinator, Jay Nunez. And I know this is going to be with kickoffs and punt returns and extra points, field goals. So that's the man you need to look at there. This kind of surprised me a little bit. Freddie Roach, assistant head coach, defensive line. How do you think he done last year? I thought he done okay. I did. I think he done okay. All right. Last but not least, Christian Robertson. He is your coach for the outside linebackers. Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to do there. So try to introduce you guys to the coaches. So that way you kind of know who's coaching what. You can look them up. It's not hard on the roster here. And now I am going to go down and we're going to talk about the players. I know you guys are all excited about this. So we're going to go down there. I just want to get to the coaches first. All right. Here we go. And I know this is a hot topic this year. Who do you think will win the quarterback's job this year? We're going to start off with the offense. Yeah, and that's the reason I brought that up, Rise Up. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to go back because we're going to get into the players. But anyways, I've never heard of Jay Nunez. I haven't either. All right. Let's see here. Ryan Williams will show out next year. He'd be facing a lot of criticism as he took it. I believe he will be locked in for the next season. It could be that sophomore jinx. And that's what I'm hoping for because he's a fine receiver. All right. Right now, as it is listed, okay, on this roster here, and this is way too early. Guys, you can pick it up on Bammer Hammer. This is one of their stuff. And we really don't know who is going to fit into the system this year. So hang with us on this one. And none of this is concrete or written in stone. So you're going to have basically your competition is going to be with Keelan Russell and Austin Mack. You do have Jeff Tomala and Tated Kawa. I hope I said that name right. But we all know it's either going to come down to Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. Now, Austin Mack is a senior this year, if I remember correct. And Keelan Russell sat out last year, freshman. And I was glad to see that. I didn't want him coming here, getting hurt or getting to where he looks bad or anything and not know the playbook. Okay. So I'm kind of wondering, and I think Austin Mack is a qualified and a good quarterback. We just haven't seen enough of him, you know. And I'm gonna tell you this: I appreciate Ty Simpson's effort last year, and his loyalty to Alabama shows. Everybody can see it. I do think he got hurt last year, so I really can't downgrade Ty Simpson none whatsoever. Thank you very much, Mr. Ty Simpson. But usher in This one is going to be fun. I think Keelan will. If he doesn't, he'll be right on Max Hills. I think so too. Is he redshirt junior? You say? You're talking about Austin Mack, I'm sure. Okay, that sounds good to me. Let's put it this way: if he doesn't get the job, if he's a redshirt junior, he'll leave. If Keelan Russell gets it. Okay. All right. So I think Keelan Russell. It's kind of hard. I know he's got a cannon for an arm. I know he's going to be a quality quarterback. I understand that, but does he have sense enough to read the defensives yet? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying, has he been around the college atmosphere enough to read the defenses? All right. Here's something that I want to talk about. Running back. All right. Right now, like I said, this is just way too early. Okay. But they're looking at Daniel Hill will be your starter running back this year. What playbook did Alabama have last season? Don't know what you're talking about, brother. I'm going to tell you this much. I know Alabama has a playbook, and I know people are doubting me about that, but they do. They don't think they don't. And if your way don't go good enough, they'll implement it. I'll tell you that right now. So if you're kind of wondering about the playbook, don't worry. It's going to change. You really think that Alabama is just going to lay down and just go by the wayside while all these other teams do this and that? Alabama's not going to do that. That's what makes Alabama, Alabama. You may have us down. I mean, you can ask Roll Tide Rise Up. We've been through the dark years. We know what Alabama will do. So I'm not worried about it. All right. Ooh, well, I wish I hadn't seen that. But all right, I'll post it up. Word is Lonnie Brooks is involved in a car accident. Not sure how serious it is. I haven't heard it. Now, I hope if he has been, it's just a straight bumps and bruises. And I mean, I hope that for anybody, just to be honest with you. Car accidents are no fun. All right. So Daniel Hill is listed as the starter. And here's what everybody, if you're like me, you're excited about this young man coming in, E.J. Crowell. Possibility that you might get to see him play this year. But I really feel like A.K. Deere and Kevin Riley will get to show out more this year. Will Crowell get in there? Yeah, I believe so. It depends on how well he does and how much he plays this year. But I'm looking forward to seeing. Actually, we've all talked about A.K. Deere. We all have. And Riley done good last year, but he's more of a speed back. He's not a hole buster like Mr. E.J. Caldwell. So it's going to be interesting who's going to be in the backfield. The depth is Trayshawn Brown. I haven't heard of this gentleman. I haven't checked him out. Not as much as I have the other three. I'm really excited about E.J. Caldwell. I really, really am. A.K. Deere, okay, is a beast. We're going to find out. I didn't get to see him much last year, did y'all? I mean, I really want to see him more in action, and what he can do with some of these tougher defenses is what I'd like to see. All right, let me move on down. All right. Wide receiver. Let me see what's going on. Let me read this. Oh, I would put Keelan in personally. His tape shows that what he can do. He is highly talented and can escape the pocket when pressured and throw with precision. I like to see that. Yeah. Hang on, let's put this over here. Riley is great at catching passes. That's great. And that would go along really well. You got to understand, people, football, you're not going to have long passes all the time and win the games. I mean, I know that's what everybody wants, to shock and awe and throw the ball in the air time and time again. That's what put people in the seats. You got to have defense. You got to be able to run the clock out. You got to be able to move the football. to give your defenses some rest. All this plays a part. You got to have the ability to do your long plays, but you got to have a way to keep the ball moving. Look how we got beat last year. Just be honest with you. All right. Let's see here. Wide receiver, Ryan Williams, Lozier Brooks, and Noah Rogers. We are hoping the best for Lozier Brooks, guys. I really hope it's nothing major down that line. I think Ryan Williams will come out again this year. I think that the O-line, and we ain't got down to it yet, but I think the O-line is going to be better. I think it's going to be better coached this year. And I feel like our passing game is going to be better. I feel like the short passing would be better implemented this year, just to be honest with you. I really feel like this team has a chance. But the question is are they too young? Or, and I feel like 5 stars is just that. They basically buy their way into it by going to all these camps and stuff. I really don't care much for it. I really don't. I'd rather see a 2, 3-star, 4-star player come in here that's got heart, that wants to play for football and prove themselves. Those are the players I want. I'm sorry. I just don't believe much in 5 stars and really 4 stars. I want somebody who wants to play football, get out there and put all that he's got. All right, but you know how that goes. Talent does win sometimes over ambition. All right, so now your backups is Rico Scott, Derek Meadows, and Cedric Morgan. Or it says Cedar and Morgan. And your depth is MJ Gerwin and MJ Mathis. Yeah, I would say your top 3 is going to be Ryan Williams and Lozier and Noah Rogers. Rico Scott was pretty good last year. I look for some good things coming out of him this year. This is something that I'm a little bit worried about, and maybe you guys can help me out. Tight ends. I know we just got a new tight ends coach. I'm hoping, are we promoting him up, one of the two? But we had Josh Cuevas last year, and he was great. You couldn't ask for a better tight end. This year, you're going to have Caleb Edwards and Danny Lewis Jr. All right. Your backups is going to be Josh Ford and Marshall Pritchett. And I'm going to be honest with you, I seen Marshall play a good bit last year. I feel like he's not going to be the backup. I feel like he will be up in the starting line somewhere. I just feel like he will be. Your depth is going to be Jay Lindsey, Jack Samarico, and Mac Stutter. I haven't heard any of these guys, but we'll have to see. But I do feel like Marshall Pritchett will make a statement this year. All right. Offensive line. Just about totally revamped, guys. Just about totally revamped. Whew, man, it's just something else. All right. Left tackle. You're going to be having, and like I said, guys, these are all assumptions, presumptions. Nothing is written down in stone. So take this with a grain of salt, okay? But I'm just going off what they got here. And, guys, you get to hear some of the names that you're going to be seeing this year. That's why I'm doing this. All right, at left tackle, Javen James is your starter. Your backup is Jackson Lloyd. Never heard of either one of these guys. All right. Your left guard, Ethan Fields. Backup, Will Sanders or Nick Brooks. All right. Your center, man, I'm kind of curious about this. Your starter is Rayson Delgatti. Now, is he not the one that transferred in from Cal Poly? Am I wrong there? But I think I'm right. I think I am. But anyways, your backup will be Caden Strayhorn. That's a familiar name we all know. Or Will Sanders. So Will Sanders could either be left guard or a center. Okay, now at right guard, you're going to have starter. There's saying Caden Strayhorn. Backup, Casey Poe or Nick Brooks. Right tackle. And here's a name that we all pulled for last year. I think we was all uh, expecting, or we was wanting to see more. All right, let me see there. All right. MP is a great blocker. Edwards is the best pass catcher, though. Let's see. I know what he's talking about. That's backed up there. You're talking about on the tight ends, I'm sure. Yeah. And I wonder which one you want because you got to have that tight end to be able to catch out of the backfield. You know what I'm talking about there. Without, and he may be, then again, we may need a tight end to block better. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. I think I got there with the right guard, right tackle. Guys, I'm going to put it to you like this. If you don't know exactly what we're talking about, when you got the center and you got two positions on each side, all right? So if you go to the left, that's going to be your left tackle, left guard. Same thing on the right-hand side, right guard, right tackle, whatever. And then you're going to have your tight ends, okay? Of course, then you go out to wide receivers and your running backs, just so you'll know. I've seen people that didn't completely understand that. All right, now at right tackle, this is your offensive line, guys, that we're talking about. Michael Carroll. We all wanted to see more of him last year, and I hope we will see a lot of him this year. Back up is Ty Haywood. Now your depth, and this is going to be interesting. Maul Waldrop, Tyrell Miller, Chris Booker, Jared Daughtry, Bryson Cooley, and Bear Fretwell. I don't know his name like Bear Fretwell. That sounds like he could be a bad boy. We'll see. Hey, Miss Kimberly, I'm so glad to see you. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. All right. Okay, so Nick Brooks is a transfer from Texas. Started 3 games, slide edge experience. You got JUCO. Man, how are y'all liking these transfers coming in? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really excited about it. I don't care where they come from. They're proving themselves somewhere else. Linda P has done beat me to it. I'm going to post it up there. We're going to talk about this. I know Rise Up, if he's still in here, he's got to love this. We finally got a kicker. Lorcan Quinn, a transfer from Marshall. He kicks 50-plus field goals. It is accurate. He knows how to draw them in. He knows how to slice them out, as a golfing term goes. And I've seen it. I went back and watched some of his highlights. 50 yards plus. Is it 55? I know he has kicked some, and it would have been good from 60. Let's put it that way. Now, this is going to be a different atmosphere for him. We all know it. But I believe this kid has got what it takes. But guess who's right now still in the front? But we got us a kicker. All right. Yep. All right, let's move on down. Let's see here. I'm going to get on down there first, then I'll come back to the defense, okay? Oh, I'm loving these names on here. So that would be in on your offense. Is that giving you more expectation and hopes that the offensive line is going to perform this year better so than they did last year? And I hate saying that about the players last year. I really do. But it is what it is. You know? All right, let me go back up. I've lost my place. But yeah, Linda P, I've done the same thing. I went and watched him because I knew that we didn't have a kicker in Talty. And I know he tried to improve. I know that. But do you want to trust him from 50 yards out? 40 yards out, you want to put in Mr. Quinn. Now I don't mind you putting him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I want to put him in there at all. I think I'd rather take my chances with Mr. Quinn from any place. I do. 3 points is 3 points, like I said earlier. Whoever scores the most, if it ain't by 1 point, that's just the way games are. So, and I know some people ain't too much into kickers, but if they help you win the game, you're going to be all for them. I don't care what anybody says. All right. Then moving on. Guys, I hope you are enjoying this. I hope so. All right. Now, we got as our, yeah, me too. Me too. I believe he's done. And I hate it, but I didn't like Formby last year either. Glad he's gone, just to be honest with you. I mean, this is Alabama football. You know what I mean? We have got something to prove this year, and I'm hoping it's for the best. All right, linebackers. My man that I was hoping so much was going to come back is listed up as a starter. That is Mr. Yonze Pierre. I am really digging that. I really am. I was so hoping that he wouldn't leave. He really showed out last year. He needs help a little bit, but fantastic, fantastic. I love it. Your backup to Mr. Pierre is Justin Hill. Your depth is Jay Marin Latham. Latham. I'm not so sure about that. I don't think it's the same Latham that I'm hoping for. And Xavier Griffin. All right. Now that's in the wolf position, guys. Wolf positions over here or there. I don't know why they changed the names just to confuse us, but I guess that's what they're supposed to do. In the sting, and I do know that they are back there behind the linebacker. Just one's left side, the other one's right. That's all it is. All right. Sting position is Caleb Woodson. Another one. I thought he done a great job last year. I do. Backup is Duke Johnson. Your mic position is QB. Excuse me, guys. Coca-Cola. Your QB is Reese, or QB Reese is his name. That's your starter, as for now. Oh, let's see here. It's not like they weren't good players. Bingo. I mean, I'm with you. I really am. They ain't fitting the system. As much as I don't know what the system is now, we used to know what the system was till all this other stuff was going on. But hey, we got to go right along with the flow. All right. Anyways, backup is Caden Jones. Off the ball, linebacker depth is Luke Metz, Abdul Sanders, and Zay Hall. Yep, rising sophomore. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do with Justin Hill. I mean, I know he's the backup for Pierre, but okay, let's talk about it. Could get an injection of experience if Latham is granted a medical red shirt. So we'll see about that. Caleb Woodson is a Virginia Tech transfer. I'm looking forward to that. I really am. All right, defensive backs. Your quarterbacks, your starters. Everybody knows this man. Thought he'd done a great job last year. Miss Sabian Brown and Dejon Lee. Your backups, Chuck McDonald, Jordan Edmonds. Those are your backups for the quarterbacks. And your depth chart on that one is Camilo O'Neal, Nick Sherman, and Zion Gibson. Some of these names I haven't heard. I'm sure you haven't either. All right. Now, we do have some familiar names coming back, and I'm proud they stayed with us. But your safety, starter, Bray Hubbard, and Mr. Keon Sapp, I'm sorry. Your backup is Zay Mincy, Drake Kirkpatrick Jr., or Ivan Taylor. Now, that is if Mr. Kirkpatrick is off the doghouse list, and hopefully he is. Your depth is Jarer Edwards, And I can't pronounce that first one, but I'll give it a shot. Rael Kelly. Husky. These are familiar names, guys. Mr. Red Morgan. He's coming back as the starter. We've all had high hopes for him. He done good last year. I hope he really excels this year. I really want to see this man do really good this year. Your backups is the same as for the safeties. Mincy, Kirkpatrick, Edwards, and Taylor. The secondary is loaded with talent and depth. So there we go. Yeah, they're going to play hard to get playing time. And I believe that is all the players. All right. Departures. So, all right, I'm not going to get into that. Yep, I'm going to leave it alone. I just wanted to introduce you guys to the team that we're going to have this year, including the coaches. I hope that you have enjoyed that part of it. So now, what are your expectations? And I'm counting on you guys on this part of the show. What are your expectations this year? Are you wanting to see a particular player excel? Are you wanting to see the offensive line step it up, do better, or even excel at that? What would you be satisfied with? Now, what kind of record would you be satisfied this year, knowing that we are basically revamping the coaching staff, almost the entire offensive line, quarterback, running back. Mr. Jam Miller left, so I wish him well. Hope he does well. But I really feel like, guys, this is my football team. This is Alabama. All right. I know it's yours too. But I really feel like I'm not going to be, I can't help it. I don't want to be negative about this football team. I want to be on the upbeat. I've got high hopes for these players. I'm hoping the coaches, the schemes, everything that comes together, I hope it does really well. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am hoping. We're getting a game back this season. Yeah, I know I watched KB. I want to see what KB was talking about, a glorified practice. I want to see him out there playing football. I want to see him put the pads on and have at it. Of course, we don't want them to hurt each other, but you know what I mean. Zabian, Bray, Red, Sam, Mincy, Dijon. I believe you. I believe you. I am excited about what's going to happen this year. What kind of record, guys? What kind of record? Do you want him to get into the playoffs? Do you want him to, how far in the playoffs do you want him to go? Because if he wins 9, 10 games, we're more than likely going to be in. This is not Notre Dame. Okay. So what kind of record do you expect with this kind of playing going on? I'm with you, Jeff. I really am. We'll see what happens, of course. I would like to see the 8A game on TV, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see what happens. I know what you mean. I know we got some reservations about all this, but guys, I don't care. I don't care. Make us competitive. If you fall short this year of Natty, I understand it. I really do. But I'm hoping and I'm pulling for you to go that route. Now, let me ask you this. What about the schedule? There's talk about, us not playing Ohio State. Who cares? Look at what you have done to the SEC. You have sat there, and this is all the Big Ten and all the other people's doings. Okay, this is their doings. They want to have more of a chance for the Big Ten to be in championship games. Now, Indiana earned it. I'm not going to take it away from them. I live in Indiana, so it's not making me feel bad if Alabama can't be there. It's fine. Let's go with Indiana. But I'm going to say they basically are trying to hand tie the SEC. I don't understand it. You have to hand tie so much, college football rating is going to go down. You watch what I'm telling you. That's why I say SEC should start their own league and watch what ESPN does. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. All right. 1 or 2 laws. Do y'all know the schedule? Would you like for me to look it up? And got to kind of go shoot over it real quick. I'd be glad to do it if you want me to. This one I think is the most important statement of the night. Improvement from last year. No more of these 3-point field goal games. We had 3, maybe 4 of them here in the last year and a half. Yeah, no more of that. That is a no-go. I don't care. Make us competitive. I said that about Saban when he first got here. 17 years ago, 18 years ago. Make us competitive. That's all I'm asking for. There we go. If we go 10-2 with this schedule, with this young team, I think that's a big one. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. That to me is a great year for this young team to go 10-2. However, if they go 10-2 this year, you know the national championship is expected next year. Okay, in the year 27. You know it is. Alabama will be undefeated and win the national championship. High hopes. High hopes. Bold statement. Bold statement. Is it possible? I think it is. I think it is possible. But it's going to take a lot of work from these coaches that we just mentioned earlier. It's going to take a lot of work from these players. I want to see some of these 3 stars and transfers earn a spot by playing hard and getting them to the promised land. I hope so. Better than coaches telling players to have less aggression. Now, who said that? I heard that. And I know Piano Man. Guys, I love Piano Man. I really do. But when he comes on, it's at 9 o'clock in the mornings, and I'm working, so I have to catch him here and there. And guys, if you say roll tide to me or say hi, and you see me in the chat, don't be mad at me. I'm a driver, so I have to get in when I can. If I'm sitting there taking a break, next thing you know, I'm not saying anything to anybody. It's not because I'm driving and I'm listening, or I'm out doing my job working real quick, and I don't get to say hi back. Y'all look over me on that one, please. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. And I know y'all are really good people, really good chat room. So y'all just look over me on that one, okay? But who said that, Jeff? Less aggression. I want to know. I heard Piano Man say something about that. I never caught the name, but that's just ridiculous. I want to see him in the playoffs again. But the floor is 9-3. I want the Natty every year, but everyone knows that. SEC championship. Give it to me. I want the SEC championship. And why do I want that? Because you are now competitive. All right. I don't want you just going to it. I want you winning it. I don't want another one of them. What was it? 28-3 with Georgia winning. No go. No go. I want you to win the SEC championship. I don't care if it's about what. I really don't. You be competitive. That's what we're asking for with all these new coaches and new players. That's all we want. Be competitive. Make us want to watch you on TV. Make it to where we get mad if we can't get the channel. That's what I want. I want Alabama fans pissed off because they can't watch it for whatever reason. And nowadays, even YouTube plays it. So, but if it's a big game, it's a little bit harder. All right. Bama girls think alike. Well, you women, I'll tell you what, y'all are something else. I love each and every one of y'all. I really do. National championship. Miss Kimberly, and Miss Linda P. Bama's overdue. All right. So, Jeff, do you think we got something now? I think we got something that's going to improve the team. I do. I think the O-line coach was everybody's biggest gripe, was it not? Biggest gripe, O-line. And we all knew it. Our running backs couldn't go nowhere, because they didn't have the O-line. And that stands to reason. So I think that with the addition of, I think his name Adrian Clem, I hope we get to know that name real well and in a good, positive way. So I think we'll be all right. All right. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm really curious about this. I really am curious. I'm going to support whoever it is. I really don't care. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Chip, the guy that just got fired. How can a linebacker or O-line, I think that's where it comes from, be too aggressive on either side? Too aggressive. Uh, let's put it this way: put the hat on the hat, push them down the way. Uh, Good grief! I mean, that's just crazy. Aggression is what you say that to some of the old time players, uh, Zonka and on and on and on. Some of the great coach or players back in the day. Aggression was what got them there. All right, the coach's mindset should be pleasure in the job, put perfection in the work. Hmm. Pleasure in the mind. Okay, or pleasure in the job. Yeah, perfection is right. Do it till you can't. You do it naturally. All right. This is what I'm getting at. Nicholas. Agreed. I'm tired of Georgia winning it every year, even when we beat them in the regular season. That's it. That is it. I'm tired of it. I know it's hard to beat a team twice. I know it is. But it ain't that it can't be done. I know that. I know when we started the SEC championship, they said we wasn't going to win it, and we was playing Florida. We did it. Beat them twice. So I don't want to hear that. That's just malarkey to me. All right, guys, I'm going to do this because I am curious. Uh, Schedule. All right. All right. This is your schedule, and I want to hear it, win or lose. I done this last year, and I'm gonna do it again this year. All right. Let me get on down the slide. All right. Until they get Greg out of the SEC is in bad hands. Now, I'm gonna tell you what's bad is whoever is the representative of the SEC and all these committees. I mean, like I said, he's the one that's hand tying us, his votes. All right, guys, but here we go. I'm gonna give you the schedule. All right, regular season. No, September the 5th, we're going to be playing ECU. Easy game. You know that. Y'all agree? What would you like to see in that game? I mean, you want to just see an outright mauling, or you want to see them spread around, show everybody what we've got? Saturday, next week, September the 12th, we're going to play Kentucky. Do not overlook Kentucky. The reason I say this, guys, is Kentucky's been playing some decent football last few years. Decent. I ain't saying the best. And they seem to start out well and fade out toward the end of the year. But you're going to be playing a very young team out there. That's what you're going to be putting out there. Talented, sure. We hope that they're going to be hungry with the transfers and everything. You see where I'm building up here. I think Alabama can do this, of course, but do not let off the gas pedal. If you got them by 50, put 55, put 57, 60. I don't care. Keep it going. Do not let off the gas this year. All right? Do not. Yeah. Guys, I still ain't got the full story on this. I really haven't. I thought Jalen Roberts was doing great, and I just don't understand it. There had to be something going on that we don't know about. Had to be, and they don't want to put it out because they don't want to hurt Mr. Roberts, uh, whatever the case may be. But I just don't understand that either. All right, now next week after the Kentucky game, this game is going to be a measuring stick and a half for us. All right. September 19th, we will be playing Florida State University. That's right, the one we lost to the first game of the year. Good measuring stick. I know they faded off this year. There really wasn't that much count. The Gus Bus curse has hit them again. You know what I mean? So, and he's gone. So now they got a different coach. Good for them. But I do not lose this game. Will not be good for any of the coaches, especially you, Mr. DeBoer. Will not be good. All right. Now, next game after that is on September 26th is South Carolina. Interesting. Sorry, guys, that went down the wrong pipe. South Carolina likes to play us tough. It doesn't matter. They know the reputation of Alabama. They have beaten us a time or two in years past. They will get up for this game. So, guys, that's where it's really going to start. You got several things to prove here. The ECU game, I understand it. Kentucky, just don't play. You know what I mean? Don't play around these guys. Florida State is a must-win. Is a must-win in my eyes. South Carolina is you better play hard to win this game. They will be up for it. They're coming after us. You watch and see what I'm telling you. They're not just going to lay down for you guys. All right. Now, October the 3rd, we are going to be playing Mississippi State. That's one of our rivalry games, they call it. I don't know why they've done that. Maybe to lighten up on Alabama. I don't know. Mississippi State, not in years past, has been a rivalry. Now, they are a tough team back in my days, but they was never a rivalry. It may have been what they call the original rivalry, and that's fine. But, that's not one of my top threes. Okay. But anyways, they will play football. I mean, it's going to be a decent start to the season, if you ask me. It's just you got to really stay focused to get through this first part. And not so much of a gauntlet type or style, but you're going to have challenges along the way. Excuse me. And you need to stay focused. You need to put everything you got into this. And if you're learning, if your scheme is working, this is the time. All right. October 10th, we will be playing Georgia. We mentioned them before. Georgia. You should be ready by this time. You should be in the scheme. Like Piano Man said one day, you're still having week one problems and you're in to half the season already. You should already be worked out. Let's see what's going to happen. You really, what if, guys, if we happen to lose to Georgia in the regular season? How are you going to feel about that? Those schools gave Norvell a raise because they thought, good, keep him down there. Because I don't think he's that great of a coach, just to be honest with you. Just to be honest. Let's see. Same thing happened to Bama, happened to us. Two inner problems that showed on the field. Yeah. Georgia comes to Tuscaloosa. You better not lose this game. But what if they do? What if they do? We know Georgia is not going to be. I don't think Georgia's back to where they used to be. I really don't. I think things have changed, and Kirby Smart is getting left by the wayside on this. But he's always put out some great defenses, so it's not going to be easy. So I'm just curious to what you think if he happens to lose. Really am. All right, after the Georgia game, next rivalry game that I can think of that I can agree with, October 17th, third weekend in October is Tennessee, as we all know. And it is at Tennessee. Yeah, I can see what it said. Okay. Yeah, it is at Tennessee. Sure enough. That's going to be a tough game. That's going to be tough. By this time, Tennessee will have already their hopes built up. I don't know what their schedule is, could care less. But every time we play Tennessee, all I hear is, yeah, this guy's good, this guy's good, and Alabama doesn't have a chance. Guys, I'm going to tell you what. Back in my day during the Dark Ages, if you don't know what the Dark Ages are, stick around, you'll find out. But in my days, I used to work stores up in Tennessee, had good customers. They were great people. And I would walk in there and some of their customers, I always wear my Alabama jacket. I did. And we were going through the Dark Ages. And they would tell me, you sure are brave to wear that jacket. No, I ain't. I'm loyal to my team. I always will be. All right. I don't care that the NCAA has changed things. I don't care about the transfer portal or the NILs. Alabama is my football team. All right. So this is always going to be that way. I might not like it. You know I don't. I'll gripe and fuss just like everybody else if not leading the line. Okay. But they are my team. I have the right to do so. Don't nobody should tell me, well, I should do this or do that. I really don't care. This is my team. I am 64 years old. I want to see him at least win another national champion and be competitive from here on out for the rest of my life. Okay, that's all I want as far as football. You know, so I heard something the other day and it kind of irked me a little bit. All right, if our first loss, I would be okay, but I want the SEC championship. Bingo, bingo. Is Aguilar? I don't know. We can look it up here in just a minute, Jeff. We can find out. Try to. All right. Now, I do not. Huh. Guys, I don't know. I don't see where we have a week off. Do y'all know what game we'll have a week off? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we will have a week off with before the LSU game. All right. So anyways, all right, and October 24th, we will be playing Texas A&M. I expect to win that game. It is at our house. I'm really not questioning it. We have to wait and see how Texas A&M is doing this year. Of course, and then we'll have a week off, and we will play in November the 7th. We'll be playing LSU, and we'll be playing at LSU. Interesting game, would you say? This is the first game that we'll be playing against. That Kevin, his name escapes me, and I know it very well. Lane Kiffin, that gummit. Yeah. So we'll be playing against Lane Kiffin. Now, does LSU have better talent than Ole Miss? Ole Miss done really good, and they tried to pull it out this year. They really did. They really did. So I'm really proud of Ole Miss putting up a fight. I really am. They had I think they deserved a little bit better than what Lane Kiffin done to them. All right. Should know the outcome next week. Okay. I like this. The Ole Miss quarterback is coming back too. All right. It's LS who. I hear you, Jeff. I hear you, buddy. They gave Chavis. Yep. That's fine with me. I don't care who's quarterback is another, and I understand why. I really do. All right. All right, guys, I got you caught up in the chat. All right, now back to where we were at. LS who? Don't shoot me, Jeff. We will be playing them November the 7th at their house. It's going to be an interesting game. Is that another loss? I don't think LSU is overhauling their entire team. I say entire team as much as we are. So, interesting, very interesting. I will keep my eye on that game particularly. All right, November the 17th, we are playing Vanderbilt. Are you worried about it as much as you were if Pavia was playing again? No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't think Vanderbilt will digress to what they used to be, but I do think they will slip a little bit this year. I do. All right. Uh, November the 21st, we are playing UTC. That's probably Chattanooga. I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed, I think Nick Saban Jr. last year introduced us to one or two of their players. I really have respect for them. Of course, it's a win. We know that. But I really respect those guys, and I hope they can walk out just as much as we can, or hopefully that we will, without being hurt, and have a good game. And just roll tide on that game. That's all I can tell you. All right. And the last game in November 28th, we will be playing Auburn. And that will be at our house. Okay. I do not see no neutral locations. So we will be playing Auburn at our house. That is another must win. It has to be, out of this is not near the gauntlet that we walked through last year. So, what do you think the record's going to be? Now that you just heard all the teams, and I'm going to go through them. ECU, Kentucky, Florida State, South Carolina, Mississippi State, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M, LSU for Jeff, Vanderbilt, Chattanooga, and Auburn. We can all agree that this is not the gauntlet that we went through last several years, actually. And I really think that with the way they've done the SEC, that they have to play, what is it, 9? Let me think here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, they have to play 9 SEC teams, and when it used to be 8, this is their little scheme to try to hurt the SEC a little bit. What games do you think we could possibly lose? Or is going to be our let's just go to what's going to be our most challenging? What do you think? What do you think is going to be our most challenging team to play this year? Okay. Myself, I honestly just gotta watch South Carolina. You gotta watch it. You better not don't let no slipping going on there. You win that one, you're well on your way. Mississippi State, I'm not worried about. Georgia, I am a little bit simply because of the defense. You can never ever count out Kirby Smart and his defenses, guys. I don't care if you don't like Georgia or whatever. You can never count that defense out, even though I don't think it's as strong as it used to be. I think the offensive now is a little bit more difficult for defenses to defend, thanks to the rule changes. Hey, why don't you put flags in the back pockets? You know what I mean? That type deal. Couldn't Lane get Trinidad to come to LSU? So no. All right, so be honest with you guys. If we have losses this year, all right, I say it's going to be, just be honest with you guys, we had a chance to win each and every game. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to look for out of it with Alabama Crimson Tide glasses. I'm not trying to. I'm really trying to give you an honest opinion tonight. I believe we could beat UK, Florida State. I'm going to be honest with you. I think we could really beat Georgia again this year. Now, I don't know about the SEC, but we're going to see. But I think it's a possibility. Simply for one thing, it's at our house. Now, it's going to be a tough, nail-biting game. Don't get me wrong. But unless Alabama really shows out and shows some dominance, I still think we can do it. I'm just not as positive. And it'll be a close game. Tennessee. That's a game that we can't lose. It's at Tennessee. All right. If they ain't got their mess together by that time, we stand to lose that game. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I hate Tennessee. I do. And if you guys don't know the history behind Tennessee, and I'm going to give it to you real quick, like back in the day with Barrett Bryant, you had Johnny Majors was the head coach for Tennessee. Johnny Majors had something happen to him. I don't know if it was a heart attack, what it was, ended up in the hospital. While he was there, old Snake in the Grass, Phil Fulmer, went up to the committees and took his job while he was in the hospital. Okay? That's low down as all get out. They should have noted then. But anyways, so he gets the head coaching job. Next thing you know, after 92, well, when we win the national championship, he goes to rapping and crying that Alabama was paying players when they were doing the same dadgum thing. They cannot deny it. They were. Phil Fulmer turned them in, I think, over a Memphis player. And that's how we ended up getting, what was the word for it back then? Oh, let's put it this way. We were under probation for about 10 years. Okay. We could only get so many players. We couldn't play in any bowl games. That's where I always appreciated, I can't remember his name, Dennis Franchione, for playing the last game in Hawaii to give these players a chance of some kind of reward, during that time. I really appreciate him doing that. But that's why I hate Tennessee. Now, their players, nothing against them. Okay. I know people in Tennessee. I have nothing but respect and love for them. I mean, they're good people. But that university, I can't stand them. I hope they lose every game. I really do. All right. Lane just paid all of that money for Levitt. Yep. What are you talking about here? Either South Carolina or Kentucky. I don't think we're going to lose either one, but go ahead. Okay. I see what you're saying, Jeff. ESPN would say these two games are trap games. I don't believe so. Upset. Yeah, the schedule is more favorable, and I think about that gum time for Alabama this year. I think the SEC scheduling this year, seeing how they're making us play 9-game schedule, is they're trying to make it as not so devastating to us. You know what I mean? Now, LSU's going to be a tough game. All right. They always are. That's just the way it is. You got so much talent in the SEC. Even Auburn in their bad years, they still got talented players. I mean, that's just the way it is. These young men down here in the South, they are men before you know it, and they're playing man football. Okay. This ain't like the East up here where they just play so many games that are semi-tough. I mean, good grief. All right. Kentucky has an interesting team. Ain't it though? But I can't see Bama losing to the Stoops. I don't either. I don't care if we are revamping everything. No. They've been paying payers, boosters, just come out of the dark. That's all. Yeah, that's all it is. Things that they do now used to be illegal. Okay, and you had to be sneaky about stuff, and you could tell a quality team is because you didn't get caught. That's all it was. Tennessee was just turn us in, and I mean that gum. If it wasn't like a year or two later, you see people, you see videos of them, basically enticing players to come to Tennessee. Well, it come back and bit his little butt. Let's put it that way. Now I don't have nothing against Josh Heupel. I think he's good for Tennessee. I think he's a good coach. I really do. But sorry, he's still Tennessee. But I'll tell you this much: I do have more respect for the players and the coach for Tennessee now than I ever have. Let's put it that way. I've got nothing against them. Period. But previous, and I hate to say it, I'll always be against Tennessee, especially when they now if they go to SEC championship and we're not. I have to think about it. It's never a bad day when I see Tennessee lose. All right. Well, guys, that's pretty much what I got for tonight. And I hope you enjoyed it. it's been a while since I got to come on here and talk some football. I was hoping that Steven was supposed to come on. He's probably doing something else, and that's all right. But anyways, and of course, the guys, you could have come on tonight too. That would have been just fine. We would have done the same thing. I would just love to hear y'all's thoughts. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this, and y'all get ready for next week's work. And be careful and be safe. And let's see. It's gone now. Oh, there you go. See it. Stoops is gone now, Nick. The Kentucky has hired their former Oregon OC coach. Huh? That could be interesting, Jones. That could be very interesting to see what he does. All right. Yep. Here we go. One more. Yep. Auburn, Brian Brown, and we all remember him, but that's all. That's that Brian Denny, and we're going to win that game. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Don't doubt that at all. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm going to get out of here. Hope y'all have a good night and a good week. And y'all don't forget, I don't know what they call Monday nights now. I think they call it Wide Open with William. And I don't know if Miss AJ is coming back or not. But if she is, they'll be on Monday night. And Spencer will be on with Bama Smoke on Wednesday nights. So y'all catch him. And who knows, guys, we may come back on next week. We might not. But who knows when I may come back on. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, hit the like button, make comments. Let me know that you appreciate this. And guys, we'll see y'all next time. All right, from Mr. B. Nacko. Man, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, okay? But let's all remember Alabama will have an elite and even the best secondary defense group in college football come 2026. So losing a few games, I will say, will be questionable. I love that attitude, and I love that comment. Guys, I'm hoping that you have met your coaches, have heard their names, and what coaches they're for, the players, and I hope it jacks you up for this football season. I know it's still quite a while, but I think it's just kind of needed because we don't know these players. We're going to hear things. We're going to hear things about the players coming in and doing this and doing that. Pay attention to KB. He's doing a great job over there, keeping us up to date with stuff. I really, really appreciate KB. So, anyways, guys, keep on get on that pedestal. Let's get on up there. Let's pull for this team and have a great expectation for this year. I'm looking forward to it. I'm wanting to stay up with it a little bit better this year than I did last year. This is my Alabama Crimson Tide. All right. And I'm sure it is yours too. So let's all get in on board. I know there's people that don't want to get let down, but I just read you the schedule. I told you the players. I think we have very high ground to work with here. And if the cards fall right, there is a chance that we can go undefeated this year. And I kind of look forward to that myself. How well we do, get the SEC championship. Then we'll worry about the playoffs, okay? All right, guys, I appreciate the good comments over here. UFL starts March 26th. AJ McCarron is the Stallions' new coach. Wow, cool. But yeah, I do appreciate the good comments over here, guys. And I really do. I do thank y'all. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm hoping y'all have a good night. Start your week out safe, and hopefully we'll see y'all next week on the shows. Catch y'all on Piano Man, KB, some of the others. I don't know. There's too many for me to go through, but I love every one of y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves, and what's the word? Roll dadgum tide, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
You've got to be better in all three areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those 3 areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at a time, 4 years from now, why,